Have you ever noticed how politics is basically a giant theater production where the actors scream at each other while the audience pays for the popcorn? It's amazing how everyone gets so worked up over which clown wears the red tie and which clown wears the blue tie, while the ringmaster, the billionaire who owns the circus, sits back, counts the money, and laughs at the rest of us like we're lab rats in a maze with mirrors. And the best part, we cheer. We actually cheer for the chaos, pat ourselves on the back, and call it democracy. Democracy, what a joke. We're like kids voting on which kid gets to be king of the sandbox while the teacher keeps taking our lunch money. The system is rigged, but we treat it like a sport, complete with commentary, hashtags, and rage clicks. And the media? Don't get me started. They frame it like it's all about freedom and choice. But freedom is choosing which box you get locked in while the real keys are being sold out back to the highest bidder. The media is a masterful magician. They distract, they divide, and they make you feel informed while your brain is slowly being auctioned off to advertisers, lobbyists, and the people who profit when you're scared, angry, or jealous. Everything's turned into a story, a headline, a tweet, a meme, designed to make you click, scream, and argue, but never notice that the whole damn house is on fire. They report the news like it's entertainment because honestly, that's exactly what it's become. A circus with camera angles, slow-motion drama, and sponsors hawking the latest snake oil disguised as toothpaste. And the thing is, we lap it up like trained dogs. We trust it. We defend it. And meanwhile, the real puppet strings, taxes, bailouts, corporate loopholes, and wars all happen off stage while we argue over who said what in a soundbite. And politics isn't even the half of it. Religion's right there holding the velvet rope, telling you that if you pay enough, pray enough, and obey enough, you'll get a spot in heaven, even as they rake in billions with tax exemptions and donations. It's a con, a cosmic scam, and you're a willing participant. You defend it. You argue with strangers about whether your sky ferry is better than their sky ferry, while some slick guy in a suit laughs all the way to the bank. People talk about morality like it's something you can buy at the supermarket, but it's really just another product being sold, guilt, obedience, and the illusion of virtue packaged in guilt-free packaging. And yet we all line up, waiting for the next sermon, the next promise, the next illusion. Meanwhile, the economy is a casino where the house cheats constantly, and if you try to beat it, you're called foolish. Housing, healthcare, education, the job market, all designed so you can work your whole life, pay your taxes, and end up exhausted, indebted, and hopelessly compliant, and we defend it. We say, it's just the way it is. No, it's the way they designed it. And every system, every law, every choice you think you have is just another layer of the con. It's a brilliant, cruel, hilarious mess, and the punchline, we're the joke. And the only thing we can do is wake up, laugh at the absurdity, and maybe, just maybe, stop taking any of it seriously. Ever notice how society treats shopping like a spiritual experience? People act like buying a new phone, a fancy car, or overpriced sneakers will somehow make them whole. And the media, oh, they're like the high priests of consumption, whispering in your ear, you are not enough, you need this, you deserve this, buy it now or you're failing at life. And we believe them. We line up in the cold, camp out overnight, and fight strangers over something that will be worthless in 6 months. But it doesn't matter, because the illusion of status, of keeping up with the Joneses, is more important than logic or dignity. We're worshiping plastic and pixels while the real world crumbles around us. Social media takes it to the next level. Everyone's a reality star now, documenting meals, vacations, and carefully staged smiles like the rest of the world actually cares. And the algorithms? Oh, they know you better than your mother, better than your therapist, better than you know yourself. They're selling you content, ads, and ideas while you argue over hashtags and trends, thinking you're expressing individuality. Individuality, that's rich. You're a product in a machine designed to keep you addicted, distracted, and compliant, and we defend it too, like it's freedom. Freedom to scroll, to click, to envy, to obsess, all while giving the corporations your attention, your data, and your sanity. And then there's the obsession with property, the so-called American dream, the achievement of owning a house. Congratulations, you bought a box with walls and a mortgage that owns your soul. People treat it like a sacred rite of passage: adulthood, responsibility, success. But really, it's debt disguised as dignity, and society applauds it. You're told, work hard, buy a house, have kids, pay taxes, die happy. Die happy? More like die tired, broke, and bewildered by the whole con. And we all buy it, literally. Real estate, luxury brands, fashion trends. It's a giant theater where the audience thinks they're the star, but really they're just filling seats so the producers can count the money. Consumerism isn't just a habit, it's a religion. And like any religion, it demands obedience, guilt, and participation. Fail to worship, and you're labeled a failure, a loser, a misfit. But worship, and you're rewarded with a hollow, fleeting sense of accomplishment and an inbox full of ads telling you to buy more. It's beautiful in a twisted way, a perfect scam that convinces people to work endlessly, spend relentlessly, and never notice the absurdity. And the punchline? We love it. We defend it. We argue about the price of coffee while the whole world is being auctioned off behind our backs. And the only sane response? Laugh, shake your head, and realize that the cult of stuff has been running the show for a long, long time. Let's talk about power, politics, governments, corporations. It's all the same game, and the House always wins. You think your vote matters? Cute. You think policies are made for the people? Adorable. The truth is, the system is rigged from top to bottom. Politicians argue, scream, and promise change, while the real decisions happen in smoke-filled rooms, boardrooms, and private clubs where money talks louder than your opinion. And the kicker? We cheer them on. We consume the spectacle like it's reality TV and call it civic engagement. But it's really just a con dressed up in suits, ties, and patriotic flags. And while we're distracted by debates about trivial nonsense, the billionaires, lobbyists, and corporate sharks are quietly buying the world around us. Greed is the engine that drives it all. Banks, corporations, insurance companies, pharmaceutical giants, they're all in on it. They design the system so that you work hard, pay taxes, and keep the economy spinning while they collect interest, fees, and profits at every turn. The rich get richer, the powerful get more power, and the rest of us are left arguing over crumbs, thinking we're smart because we spotted a sale on Instagram. And don't forget the media, cheerleading for the very system that exploits you. News networks, streaming platforms, social media, they sell outrage, distraction, and entertainment while the real corruption slides under the radar, invisible and untouchable. It's like a magic trick, except the magician is stealing your wallet while you applaud. The illusion of fairness is laughable. Tax loopholes, lobbying, special privileges, they're all designed to make the system look legitimate while the game is rigged from the start, and we're expected to play along, obey the rules, and never question the setup. Question too much, and you're labeled a troublemaker, a conspiracy theorist, or worse, anti-establishment. Meanwhile, wars are waged for profit, bailouts are handed to the already rich, and every crisis is packaged as news you must consume, discuss, and panic about, just to keep the machine turning. And the tragedy? Most people don't see it. They never see it. They're too busy defending the system that's screwing them. The punchline: authority is a bad joke. The laws, the policies, the regulations, they're all tools to keep you obedient and distracted. The people in charge aren't your parents, your friends, or even your neighbors. They're players in a rigged game where your role is to suffer, pay, and nod in agreement. And the only sane response is to laugh at the absurdity, recognize the con, and maybe, just maybe, stop taking it seriously. Because once you see the game for what it is, you start questioning everything, laughing at the lies and refusing to play along. And that, my friends, is the only freedom the rigged system cannot take from you. Have you noticed how the media has stopped reporting news and started producing entertainment disguised as news? It's all drama, outrage, and scandal designed to make you scream, click, and forget what really matters. Every headline is a punch in your chest, every breaking news alert a mini heart attack, and every opinion piece a masterclass in distraction. They don't inform you, they train you. Train you to fear the wrong things, to hate the wrong people, and to argue about nonsense while the real con happens in the background. Wars, bailouts, corporate monopolies, that's the real story. But you'll never see it on TV. Instead, they show you crying cats, celebrity meltdowns, and politicians bickering over meaningless minutia. And social media, don't get me started. It's the perfect amplifier for stupidity. Algorithms don't care about truth, they care about engagement. Outrage gets clicks, scandal gets shares, panic spreads faster than logic. You're not expressing your opinion, you're being herded like cattle, feeding the machine that profits from your anger and ignorance. They sell you fear like it's milk, and you lap it up. The more terrified and outraged you are, the more valuable you become. You're a product, people. Your attention, your emotion, your anxiety, it's being sold to the highest bidder. And the kicker? Most people defend it. They trust the very system that's manipulating them. It's brilliant, it's terrifying, and it's absolutely hilarious if you have enough distance to see it. And let's talk about the fake balance. We report both sides, they say. Sure, one side is scripted lies, the other side is scripted lies, and both sides are designed to make you fight each other instead of noticing the con. The media has perfected the art of distraction and division. They manufacture outrage, package it beautifully, and deliver it with a smile, like a snake charmer teaching you to dance to your own expense. And we do. We argue, we debate, we rage, we share memes, and the people who pull the strings laugh all the way to the bank. The punchline? The media isn't your friend. It isn't unbiased. It doesn't care about truth. It only cares about keeping you hooked, divided, and obedient, while the real corruption thrives quietly behind the curtain. And the only way to survive is to watch it with a healthy dose of skepticism, a sharp sense of humor, and a willingness to laugh at the absurdity. Because if you can't see the circus for what it is, a rigged, ridiculous, hilarious con, you'll end up screaming at the clowns while the lion eats your lunch. Now let's talk about technology. Oh yes, the great liberator, the thing that's supposed to make life easier, smarter, and faster. Except what has it really done? It has turned us into addicts, zombies, and unpaid data suppliers. Your phone isn't a tool, it's a leash. Your apps aren't conveniences, they're cages. Social media, streaming platforms, endless notifications. It's a non-stop assault on your attention, and we lap it up willingly. We can't put the damn things down. They tell us we're connected, but we're really disconnected from reality, from each other, and from ourselves. We're slaves to the ping, the buzz, the algorithm, and the more addicted we are, the more valuable we become. Genius, really. And don't get me started on smart everything. Smart homes, smart watches, smart cars, all designed to track, manipulate, and control us while we convince ourselves we're living the dream. Your refrigerator knows more about your habits than your spouse. Your watch monitors your heartbeat like it's a cop. Your TV suggests shows based on your fears, desires, and weaknesses. We're living in a gilded cage, folks, and the door is wide open. But nobody wants to leave. And the kicker? Most people defend it. They'll argue that it's progress, freedom, and convenience, while ignoring the invisible chains tightening around their lives. And then there's AI, automation, and the ever-expanding tech overlords. It's efficient, it's helpful, it's the future, they say. Sure, if the future is a world where humans are optimized, tracked, and monetized at every turn, jobs disappear, privacy evaporates, and social skills atrophy. But hey, you can still order pizza with one click and argue on Twitter all day. Convenience has become control, and control has become addiction, and we cheer for it. We line up for the next update, the next upgrade, the next gadget, never noticing how quickly we've become servants to the machine. The punchline? Technology hasn't liberated us. It's enslaved us in a cage of convenience, distraction, and compliance. But it's funny, if you can see it, and laughing is the only rebellion left, the only thing the corporations and algorithms can't control. Awareness, humor, and skepticism, those are your weapons in a world where everything else is designed to sell you, manipulate you, and distract you from the truth. And if you don't laugh, well, you might just cry. Or worse, keep scrolling. The world is rigged, the con is real, and the joke is on all of us. Every system we rely on, politics, media, corporations, religion, technology, is designed to distract, control, and profit from you. They sell you fear, outrage, debt, and status, and you gobble it up like a kid at a candy store while the people running the show laugh all the way to the bank. Do you think you have freedom? Ha! Freedom is choosing which flavor of cage you want while the locks are invisible, and the key is long gone. And the media, the politicians, the corporations, They're not your friends. They don't care about you, your happiness, or your morals. They care about your attention, your money, and your obedience, period. But here's the beautiful, terrifying, absurdly funny part. We defend it. We argue over trivial nonsense, we worship status symbols, we fight over headlines and hashtags, and we pretend we're informed when really we're performing for the very people who profit from our distraction. We chase the illusion of success, the illusion of freedom, the illusion of security, all while the machine hums along quietly behind the curtain, rigged, polished, and completely impervious to our outrage. And the funniest thing, we cheer for it. We participate willingly. We call it life. We call it progress. We call it civilization. I call it a con, and it's hilarious if you can see it. So what's the sane response? Awareness, skepticism, humor, laugh at the absurdity, because laughter is the only weapon they can't confiscate. Question the headlines, question the politicians, question the holy books, the gadgets, the algorithms, the influencers, the CEOs, the banks, question everything. Don't be the mark, don't be a fool, and above all, don't take the nonsense seriously, because if you can't laugh at it, you'll either cry, rage, or resign yourself to being a pawn in a game designed to exploit you. And I don't know about you, but I prefer laughing. The house isn't yours, the system isn't yours, the American dream isn't yours, but your mind, your laughter, your ability to see through the con and refuse to play along, that's still yours. That's freedom. That's rebellion. And in a world this rigged, this absurd, this gloriously insane, laughing at the madness is not just the right response, it's the only sane one. So laugh, question, resist, and enjoy the chaos, because the rest of the world is still lining up, falling for it, and paying the price. But you've seen the game, and that's worth everything.